Ladies, I'm here on the show, and how about those Chiefs? Here to recap my first of just 3 NFL games here today. I say only 3 because I normally do more than that, but these were probably the 3. Doing Eagles, Cowboys, and then the Sunday night game. These are obviously pretty much the 3 best games on the schedule. The Kansas City Chiefs defeat the Indianapolis Colts 23-20 reaction. They beat them in overtime. They outscore them 11-0 there in the fourth quarter. The Colts just can manage 2 field goals in the second half. They were able to. The Chiefs could have won the game in regulation, but the Colts were able to stop them. Held them to 4th and goal, and the Chiefs had to settle for the field goal, force overtime. But then the Colts offense, predictably in overtime, does nothing. They can't even get a first down in the second half. It felt like they had feels like 20 yards total. And then the Chiefs go down and get a field goal. Chiefs offense, I thought they played good. It's just they were settling too much for field goals, but they got a huge touchdown there in the fourth quarter when they needed it. And then the 2-pointer. And Harrison Butker was, I believe, perfect on field goals, so finally a game where he feels like he doesn't miss a field goal. But I thought the Chiefs defense did a really good job, man. There was a few explosive plays the Colts had where Ashton Doolin had a 48-yard reception. That was actually their leading receiver. Had 1 catch. Pittman had that 1 touchdown, and Ogletree had 1. But yeah, the Colts offense just didn't do anything in the second half. Mahomes, they let Kareem Hunt cook them, the Colts did. 104 yards, man. Pendale face for that damn Colts defense. I'm not really going to blame the Colts defense that much because they did all they could. Because they held them to a field goal to force overtime, and they got the ball to start. They had a 3rd and 1 and couldn't even get a first down. So the Colts, they fall to 8-3 here. Daniel Jones didn't have a great game. The Colts offense started off good. You know, that second possession, they get the interception to deflects the RPO, and then they get a touchdown out of it. And then they had some other good drive, a good drive where Ogletree caught a touchdown after a 48-yard pass to Ashton Doolin, a nice play where he was blocking, then cut out for a 48-yard reception. But yeah, Jonathan Taylor didn't do much. The Chiefs really felt like we're focused on stopping him. They sent some 3rd down blitzes on Daniel Jones, made him uncomfortable. So let's talk about the quarterbacks. Daniel Jones, 19 of 31, 181. 2 touchdowns, no interceptions by Daniel Jones. I didn't think he was 19 of 31. I felt like he had more incompletions than that. But yeah, I feel like Daniel Jones took the Colts about as far as he could. But I don't know, man. I thought he played not great. But he started off really good. 15 of 18 with 148 yards and 2 touchdowns. And then after that, 3 of 12 for 29 yards. After he started the game really well. And the game plan in the fourth quarter really confused me. Because at one point there was 8 straight throws by Daniel Jones. I'm a little stunned they didn't try to lean on Jonathan Taylor more. And way to kill the clock with the league's leading rusher in the backfield. You could have ran some clock out and possibly got a JT breakout run. It's just bad play calling, I thought. Terrible play calling in the second half. Just terrible coaching, man. I mean, I know Jonathan Taylor, he had 9 rushes for 21 yards at halftime. They weren't able to run the ball, really. But at least you're able to run some clock. Just constantly throwing incompletion. That's not running the clock. That is stopping the clock. When you have a 20-9 lead in the fourth quarter. The Colts went 3 and out on their last 4 possessions. Run for -2, incomplete pass punt, incomplete pass, 7-yard completion, incomplete pass punt, incomplete pass, 6-yard completion punt, 4-yard completion, run for 5 yards, run for -2 yards, and punt. So, Spags has no good outside of Chris Jones. Unreal game from Spagnola. Like, the safeties can't catch, linebackers can't cover. He called unreal game, I thought he did. But Stachin, I feel like he kind of lost that game. 31 passes, 16 runs when you're leading all game. At least, even if they're not running the ball like as good as they normally do, at least you're able to run the clock. Their defense, I thought, played well enough to win this game. Not in the fourth quarter. I mean, they left Rashee Rice open constantly. But still, I thought the defense played well enough. And how do you not find a way to get the ball to your best player while leading all second half? And suddenly he goes conservative on 4th and 4 and plus territory. They punted the ball, I think, right there. So, just too much conservativeness, I thought. And I thought they were too aggressive in the fourth quarter as well. Just throwing the football over and over. So Daniel Jones started off good, but then after that it just kind of went to shit, just went downhill. So, really an average game. Jonathan Taylor, 16 runs, 58 yards, 3.6 yards per carry for Jonathan Taylor. I thought the Chiefs done a pretty good job on Jonathan Taylor in this game. He only broke off one big run for 27 yards. Other than that, not really much from Jonathan Taylor. So I thought the Chiefs done a good job. But if I'm the Colts, I would at least want to run the clock, man. I don't know why you're throwing the ball in the fourth quarter. You're up by 11 points. Pendejo face. Daniel Jones, 3 runs, 16 yards for the Chiefs, who improved to 6-5. The Colts dropped to 8-3. Mahomes, 29 of 46, 352, no touchdowns, 1 interception, got sacked 4 times, had 4 runs for 30 yards. This was such a bizarre game. Had 352 yards, didn't have a touchdown, had an interception. That interception, I believe, was on their first offensive drive where just a nice play by the defender, man. It was an RPO, deflected it, picked it off, which led to a touchdown. But that was really probably his worst play of the game. He set up Rashee Rice in a 21-yard gain to set up in prime field goal position. So, 352 yards. Last few weeks, he hasn't been great. Buffalo and Denver didn't play great. So, I guess kind of a bounce back game where he threw for 350 yards. So we'll see how the Chiefs do going forward. The offense was good. It's just at times they had to settle for field goals because they just couldn't punch it in the end zone. But Daniel Jones was definitely the sharper of the two quarterbacks early on. But then after that, Mahomes settled more into rhythm down the stretch, fading Rashee Rice. They leaned heavy upon Kareem Hunt. Like I said, maybe they should run the ball more with Kareem Hunt. Maybe they should run the ball more. They still threw the ball a lot, but when you have Mahomes, you're going to do that. But they ran the ball a lot more than I expected. Mahomes, the play of the game was really him. Mahomes was on the move. Floater to Xavier Worthy. All but confirmed the Chiefs would have a shot at a game-winning field goal in overtime, providing him with a big play. The Chiefs aren't dead, but they're not fixed. Even after they lost to the Broncos, I wouldn't say they're dead, but I'm still not going to say they're fixed. Like, coming back from down multiple scores is what we've come to expect from this team. Mahomes deserves a ton of credit for the way he gutted through the closing stretch, once again putting his own body on the line with a red zone scramble. But I'm not going to be too quick to suggest this unit is back to juggernaut status. Trey Smith is banged up. Still work to be done. And Daniel Jones is not sure you can fully trust Daniel Jones yet. He remains a question mark when it comes to projecting the Colts' chances of a deep playoff run. Yes, he's been mostly poised to help Indy off to an 8-3 start, but it's fair to wonder if he's got it when it gets going tough. And Shane Steichen deserves some blame, particularly down the stretch with his offensive design. But Jones practically turned into a different signal caller once the Chiefs, they amped up the pressure and began mounting their comeback. Even when he stood tall in the faces of blitzes, his touch and vision took major hits. So, let's go over the running game. What is Kareem Hunt? 30 runs, 104 yards, and a touchdown. Man, 30 runs for Kareem Hunt, 104 yards. He cooked. Clyde Edwards, 5 runs, 8 yards. Bro, he was in the league. Rashard Smith had 1 catch for 5 yards with 1 run for 5 yards with 3 catches for 31 yards. Travis Kelce had 1 run for a yard. Rice, 8 catches, 141 yards. Rashee Rice was just tearing them up in the fourth quarter. Xavier Worthy, 4 catches, 59 yards. Kelce, 4 catches, 43 yards. Kareem Hunt, 3 catches, 26 yards. Noah Gray, 3 catches, 25 yards. Hollywood Brown, 1 catch, 10 yards. Clyde Edwards, 2 catches, 9 yards. And Juju Smith, 1 catch for 8 yards. Defensively, the Chiefs didn't get any sacks, but their defense played pretty well overall. Harrison Butker went 5 for 5 on field goals, including the game winner. Colts receiving, Doolin, 1 catch, 48 yards. Warren, 5 catches, 45 yards. Pittman, 5 catches, 27 yards and a touchdown. Pierce, 1 catch, 26 yards. Downs, 2 catches, 10 yards. Mo Alley Cox, 1 catch, 9 yards. Ogletree, 2 catches, 8 yards and a touchdown. Taylor, 2 catches, 8 yards. Defensively, they had 1 forced fumble by Franklin, which was recovered. They had 1 sack from Lotto and that interception, which set up a touchdown. Half a sack from Stewart and a Jake. 1 sack from Gallimore. Half a sack from Payne. Half a sack from Addy Bawar. And Badgley, 2 for 2 on field goals. Let's go over the team stats, quarter by quarter, and team stats. So we'll go over quarter by quarter and go over the team stats and wrap it up here. So the Colts had 7 in the first quarter, 7 in the second quarter, 6 in the third quarter. They had none in the fourth quarter overtime. Those Chiefs, 0 in the first quarter, 9 in the second quarter, 9 in the third quarter. Had 11 in the fourth quarter to force overtime. And they scored 3 in the overtime, the game-winning field goal. So again, I'll go over the records. Colts 8-3, Chiefs 6-5. Colts 255 total yards offensively, 181 passing, 74 rushing, 5 yards of play. 10 first downs, 5 for 13 on third down, 0 for 0 on fourth down. Only 50 total plays. No sacks, but they had 6 punts, 11 penalties for 83 yards. No fumbles, no interceptions, 25 minutes of time of possession. The Chiefs, 494 total, 346 passing, 148 rushing, 5 yards of play, 33 first downs, man. 33 first downs. That's what happens when you let the Chiefs hang around, man. They had, especially that fumble there in the fourth quarter. Then you could put it away, but then they went 3 and out, and the Chiefs get a touchdown 2-point. I'm like, yeah, the Colts are going to lose this game. 7-16 on third down, 2-2 on fourth down, 91 total plays. They ran 41 more total plays. That's what happens when you go 3 and out the whole second half. Feels like 4 sacks allowed, 3 punts, 7 penalties for 57 yards. 1 fumble, 1 interception, 42 minutes of time possession. They made all 5 of their field goals, and they were even 1 of 6 in the red zone. They had to settle for field goals every time. I mean, they had 2 turnovers. They had 4 sacks, but even then, still didn't matter. But yeah, Chiefs win 23-20. It was it was kind of mid through 3 quarters, but it picked up there in the fourth quarter. So an exciting fourth quarter, solid game. Chiefs get a 23-20 win. Next, they get to play my Cowboys. Oh, man. Can't wait to go against that receiver duo of Xavier Worthy and Rashee Rice and Travis Kelce. Man, can't wait for that. But, yeah, that's all to say. Leave a like, subscribe for more. Peace, and I'll see you for the Cowboys and Eagles.